Olympic champion.
So how long does that fight last?
Listen, my opinion, it's 1 round.
There's been some talk about possibly Joshua using Jake Paul as a tune-up to fight you. What are your thoughts on that?
I don't know about tune-up. I think Jake Paul knocks him out.
That
Anthony by murder.
by murder.
Yes.
Golly.
Might knock his head off a little bit. Like, it might be special effect, but it might, like, go out.
Like legit.
Boxing legends are sharing their predictions for the fight between Jake Paul and Anthony Joshua. Usyk says this fight will not last longer than 1 round because he has faced Joshua twice and fully understands his power. Usyk believes this matchup is mostly about money and does not add anything valuable to the sport. He thinks Joshua only needs one clean moment to show the huge difference in strength. For Usyk, this is not a competitive fight, but a quick finish, and he sees Jake entering a situation far beyond his experience.
About AJ taking that fight. Obviously, it's a lot of money, right?
Yeah.
Do you see something wrong with AJ taking that fight?
This is just a lot of money, just a show.
Right.
This is not interesting sport because, guys, brothers, Anthony, it's Olympic champion.
Right.
Jake, it's just sportsman. Yeah, YouTuber. Jake do a lot of work. Special coach, special food, a lot of exercise, new.
Yes.
But this is guy don't have a mother fights.
Right.
Never
Right.
a mother fights. Maybe them wrestling now professional, but Joshua, Anthony Joshua, it's Olympic champion.
So how long does that fight last?
Listen, my opinion, it's 1 round because Anthony twice, my fight twice, jab.
Very hard.
Yeah, look. You know, this is.
And still from his
Damn,
fight.
this jab.
Tyson Fury looks at the fight from a completely different angle and gives one of the most surprising predictions. Fury says Jake Paul will knock out Joshua, a statement that shocks many because it goes against most expert opinions. Fury argues that Jake is getting bigger, lifting heavier, and turning himself into a stronger fighter. He believes Jake's progress is impressive and that momentum can sometimes be more powerful than experience. Fury enjoys making bold claims, but this time he insists that Jake's confidence and current rise could lead to an unexpected result. He says Jake is not just an internet star, but a fighter who is training seriously. Even though his prediction is controversial, it adds weight because it comes from someone who understands heavyweight boxing better than almost anyone.
Possibly Joshua using Jake Paul as a tune-up to fight you. What are your thoughts on that?
I don't know about tune-up. I think Jake Paul knocks him out.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Why so? What impresses you about Jake Paul?
I just think Jake Paul would knock AJ out. I think AJ's a spent force, and I think Jake Paul's on the rise. And I like his new heavyweight.
Teddy Atlas studies the fight from a strategic angle instead of hype. He respects Joshua's power but says Jake Paul is not entering the ring without any tools. Atlas points out that Jake has youth on his side, which often means faster recovery, more confidence, and a willingness to take risks older fighters avoid. He also says Jake's footwork has improved, and that movement could bother Joshua if he takes it lightly. Atlas explains that every fight has two sides. Joshua has size, skills, and championship experience, but Jake has strengths that matter. Atlas believes Jake's mindset could also help him. He is still early in his career, hungry, and not mentally worn down like many long-term professionals. Atlas says Joshua performs best when he controls distance, but Jake's quicker feet and willingness to jump into exchanges could create small openings. They may not be huge, but they do exist, and that alone means Jake cannot be dismissed. Atlas is not saying Jake will win, only that he must be taken seriously.
While we look at all the advantages that Joshua has, let's look at how I look at where maybe Paul has some advantages. He's younger. His feet are a little faster. I know he's not at that level of a fighter. I get it. But his feet are faster. Joshua's feet are not that fast, closing gaps, getting to somebody. To hit him, even if you're better than him, you still got to get to him to hit him. Also, Joshua, last time he fought was over a year. He hasn't fought. He was basically retired. Where's his mind at? He got knocked out terribly by Dubois. Where's his confidence? Where's his mindset? Where is he? Is he taking this fight the way that fans are, overlooking Paul, taking him for granted? Yeah, it probably is. Might be. Does that weigh in? Yeah, that weighs in. People don't look at those parts of it. And the weight. Paul's smart. He always puts clauses in there. I know this is the first time he's fighting a guy who's bigger than him and all that stuff. But he put in a 245-pound weight, clause where he can't come in over 245. What is Joshua weighing? He was off over a year. He was basically retired. Was he 280? Was he 290? Was he 275? Easily could be the case. He didn't have a lot of time now to get to 245. How does that affect him? Oh, we forgot about that. It's a little thing, but it's not that little. It's a thing that Paul put there for a reason. Again, Paul hasn't made too many mistakes. He's been pretty damn smart. I'm not saying he's the fighter that Joshua is, but I don't know if Joshua's the fighter that Joshua.
Lamont Roach speaks with both respect for the sport and concern for what could happen if Anthony Joshua fights Jake Paul with full power. He does not view this fight as balanced because Joshua's natural strength and technical ability create danger Jake has never faced. Roach says Joshua does not need to throw long combinations to do damage. One serious punch could change everything in seconds, especially with the size and experience gap. He stresses that the punch power Joshua carries is not something an influencer-turned boxer can safely handle. The difference in physical levels could put Jake in real danger.
Excuse me. My first thoughts was this guy's crazy. Not gonna lie. But I get it. Coming from a guy who's not a true traditional boxer, and to be able to have a position where he can fight a former unified world champion, former Olympic gold medalist, and to do it on such a stage where Anthony Joshua was a superstar as well. I mean, like, he sold out the O2, twice.
Absolutely.
I think. So, I think Jake is setting himself up for, a huge spectacle, and which is, kind of smart. If you're going to go big, why not go to the highest of the mountain? Why not? And I get it. That's what you call business right there. And I seen a lot of guys calling him out, from like Gabe to, other guys who are
Berlanga.
boxers. Yeah, like guys who actually beat him. But why would he settle for those guys when he could fight Anthony Joshua? So I think that's smart. I think that's super smart.
Smart is one thing. What do you think happens in the ring, though, champ?
I think he gets hurt for sure. I think he gets obliterated. Something close to like Francis Ngannou. I think something like that happens, and it's going to be bad for him. But there will be a lot.
Andrew Tate keeps his views simple and straight. He says Jake has stepped into a massive moment and deserves respect for doing it. Tate gives credit to Jake for taking a risk that most people would never take. He believes fighting someone as strong and skilled as Joshua takes bravery, whether you win or lose. For Tate, the result matters less than the courage Jake is showing. He says very few people, influencer or not, would dare to challenge someone like Joshua. Tate focuses on the ambition and fearlessness Jake is showing rather than predicting an outcome.